Hello, my dear listeners, and welcome to the Healing Station. Here at the Healing Station, we receive our healing. We receive our healing for physical sickness, we receive our healing for financial problems, we receive our healing for mental problems, we receive our healing for psychological problems. Here at the Healing Station, we receive our healing for any other problem we could be facing, and God comforts us, God redeems us, God protects us, and God preserves us. Today, we're going to be talking about Genesis 41. We are talking about Joseph and Pharaoh, Genesis 41. And we are giving our message the title, The First Seven. The First Seven. Um, Genesis 41. Pharaoh has had a dream, and it's a bad dream, and he's disturbed by the dream. But when he asks the astrologers to tell him what the dream means, they have no idea. They have no idea at all. They cannot help him. But then the butler remembers. 2 years ago, the butler remembers and says, "It's my fault. I should have mentioned 2 years ago when we were in prison, me and the baker, a Hebrew man called Joseph. He interpreted the dreams for us, and the dreams came to pass. For me, I was reinstated back into my position as the cupbearer, but for the baker, his head was cut off." He's telling Pharaoh. So Pharaoh says, "Go call for me that man Joseph." So he sends for Joseph, and they hurriedly bring Joseph from the dungeon, from the pit, and he shaves his beard. He shaves his beard, and he changes his raiment, and he comes before Pharaoh. So Pharaoh is explaining the dream, and he's saying, 7 fat cows came out of the river Nile, 7 fat cows, and they looked so good, they were so healthy, and they looked so good, and they started to eat grass by the meadow. But while they're eating grass, some other 7 cows came. These ones looked terrible, they were ugly, they looked so bad, the badness of which he has never seen a cow looking that bad before. And these 7 bad cows, the ones that look so ugly and so malnourished, they ate up the fat cows. They ate up the fat cows that looked so plump, so beautiful, so attractive. They ate them up. They ate them up. And even after they had eaten them up, they continued to look malnourished and ugly. It's like it would look as if they had not even eaten anything at all. And then Pharaoh slept and dreamt again. This time he dreamt about corn. He dreamt about 7 years of corn. The 7 years of corn were full and good. But then some other 7 years of corn came and devoured these ones. The second 7 years of corn looked bad because they had been ravished by the eastern wind, so they looked bad. But they devoured these full and very good ears of corn, the stalks of corn. They ate them up. So Pharaoh is saying, "This is the dream." And then Joseph interprets and says, "By the way, I'm not the one who interprets dreams. It is God who gives us the meaning of the dream." But he assures Pharaoh that God is going to give Pharaoh an answer of peace. An answer of peace, he calls it an answer of peace. And a favorable response, an answer of peace. An answer that will give Pharaoh peace of mind. So he explains the dream. He says, 5 year, the 7 years, the 7 cows, the 7 first cows represent, excuse me, the 7 first cows represent great plenty. They represent great plenty. There's going to be plenty of food. But then after that, the other 7 cows that come represent 7 years of famine, and the famine is going to be grievous. And he goes on to say, this is one dream. It has come twice, but it is one dream. It is happening double. It is a double dream, because the 7 first cows and the 7 years, it's the same story. Those are the 7 years when there's going to be great plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. And then he asks Pharaoh, "Do you have somebody discreet and wise who can handle this? Because there is need for someone to save the food for the 7 years of great plenty, that the food be saved and stored so that it can be eaten during the 7 years of famine." So now Pharaoh says, "You are the man. You are the man for the job because you know what to do. You've interpreted the dream and you know what to do." So Pharaoh propositions to Joseph and says, "You are going to be the one in charge of this food matter. You are going to be the one to handle this situation." So he appoints Joseph, the greatest man in Egypt, next to Pharaoh himself. He puts a ring in his finger, and he puts a gold chain in his neck. And Joseph, he becomes the one in charge of the food. So he begins to collect food. He collects food and stores food so that during the days of famine, there's a lot of food for everybody. So during the days of famine, Jacob sends his sons to Egypt. He tells them, "I hear there's food in Egypt. Go down to Egypt and buy food so that we may not die of famine." So they come down to Egypt. The first time, the second time, the third time, Joseph introduces himself to his brothers and says, I'm your brother. What you did for me, what you did to me those days, actually God has turned it around for great deliverance. Because this famine is going to last another 7 years. This is just the second year. Go back and tell my father of all the glory that you have seen. Hasten to bring him here. I'll nourish you in the best lands. So Jacob is told about his son. At first, he does not believe that his son is still alive. But then he comes to Egypt together with his entire family, and he reunites with his son. He had thought that the son was dead. The son was not dead. The son is alive in Egypt and very powerful. And Jacob gets to meet Pharaoh, and they have a good relationship with Pharaoh, good friendship. And Jacob is happy. He does an old man knowing that his son is alive and that his son is extremely powerful and extremely rich. This interpretation of the dream makes Joseph a very powerful man and is able to nourish many people. Other than his immediate family, is also able to nourish all the people because the land has because the famine is very grievous and is affecting all the people in all the land. Today we are talking about first 7. We are talking about the first 7 cows representing great plenty. First 7. Today at the healing station we are saying, may God give us a great plenty. May we enjoy great plenty. At the same time, may we enjoy a good answer from the Lord Himself. Like the way Joseph told Pharaoh, God will give you an answer of peace, an answer of peace. May God also give us an answer of peace for whatever issue that could be troubling us, and may we enjoy great plenty. The first 7 cows representing great plenty, may we enjoy great plenty. So thank you very much for listening to me. Kindly share and subscribe and follow and like, and then go ahead to experience a favorable answer from the Lord, an answer of peace from the Lord, and great plenty. Thank you very much.